Alright. Alright, we are live. Just gonna wait a bit for reasons. Alright. So today we are back starting a new game of Satisfactory. And this time we are going to the Dune Desert. And we're going to be doing things a little differently this time around. So we're going to be making things mostly in blueprints, whereas previously I had like a couple little blueprints that were very generic and reusable. Now I'm going to be making a lot of specific blueprints to make specific things, so that everything will be very like scalable. And I guess without any further ado, let's get into it. Alright, we are starting the game. We have skipped the intro because it is long and
Hub
boring.
upgrade 6. Landing platform hydraulics completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum skill level required of a Fix-It pioneer. Fix-It looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually.
Alright.
Your first official objective is to initiate Project Assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Alright, so the one thing that I have done differently for this save than the last one is I have set monsters to passive, because fighting them gets old after a while, and I just sort of didn't want to bother. But anyway, here we are. We have iron there, copper just over there, and I see limestone there. And perhaps more importantly, we are like right on the edge-ish of the desert, which means there's plenty of water and foliage over here. So let's... it's been a while since I have done this. Let's place down a hub, just sort of... just sort of randomly, I guess. It's close to the iron, but not too close. Alright, hub has been built. So, let us... Where does this get? So we do have automated miners and biomass already unlocked. And constructors and smelters. Mark 1 belts. Alright. And do we have any fuel in our inventory? No. Let's head over and pick up some leaves and plants and stuff. Also, there's just like a Mercer sphere sitting there. Grabbing some plants. All the foliage will belong to me. Alright, just want to grab enough that it'll do for like a decent amount of time. I don't want to have to be constantly running back and forth grabbing more. Of course, that is sort of the way the early game plays out, so... Alright, we have something at least. And let's see, we start with biomass unlocked. So let's get a constructor. let's get a biomass burner. Let's get a belt between the two. And a power line. And then I guess we take some of this, like a little bit, and we fire up that, which will be used to make more biomass to fuel itself. Alright. So that, and now that we have biomass coming through, we can take that out and put it back in there. And that'll be fine for a while, I guess. The next thing we need is to set up iron. So let's grab some ore off of that. And place down a miner Mark 1. And a smelter from the miner Mark 1 into the smelter. And then we bring power over to this. So that'll be using 30 iron ore a minute. We don't have splitters yet, do we? This is impure. Okay. These dunes are like kind of cursed in terms of just like they're so slopey. Yeah, don't do that. So the reason it's considered the hard start is because a lot of the start revolves around first like biofuel power and then coal power, which requires water. And as you can see, there's not that much of that. Personally, I kind of disagree. Like, honestly, it's not really that big of a deal. There is still plenty. But that's why, because it can be a little bit more annoying to get power set up early. Alright, so now we have plates getting constructed. What else do we need? Gosh, it's been a while since I've done early game stuff. So we need plates, rods, and concrete to get foundations. And so this is 10 per minute, so this is like 13 minutes worth of power, which is not great, but that's at max capacity, which I don't think we're at. So let's get some limestone to get concrete set up. Please. Please go away. There we go. I was almost there. Alright. Yeah. As far as resources, I believe there's more like iron and copper in the desert. So it is pretty nice that way. But yeah, personally, I think all the starts are like approximately equal. Wait. Yeah, that has to be concrete. Like, I think they, like, the different starts really aren't that different from each other, and I've played a couple. I haven't played there's one of them that I haven't played, which is like the rocky desert type thing. I can't remember what that's called. But I played all the others, and they seem pretty much all about the same to me. How much power does one thing give? 30. Okay, that's probably fine. Alright, so we have iron plates at least. We don't have iron rods yet. Now we need to head out. I think said the copper was right up here. Peaceful mode, yeah. The thing is, like, the monsters are just kind of annoying. They're not like a significant challenge 99% of the time. They just sort of get in the way. And I figure not much point. Alright. Of course we need iron. Yeah, no, you're good. Okay. So let's do some manual crafting, unfortunately. You hate to see it. You always run out of the thing right before you automate it. Alright, so then we have that. Yeah, like, it's the worst things, like, manual crafting in the beginning of the game is, like, you know, completely understandable, but I have definitely done some manual crafting in almost completed saves. Just yeah, malls are nice. Dimensional storage is nice if you can find the SAM, which I guess technically might be a spoiler for you, but oops. Sorry if I spoiled something if you care about that, but dimensional storage is very nice. Okay, we need more power. Alright, yeah, cool. Alright. Yep, that was predictable. Alright, back to manual crafting. But yeah, having dimensional storage is like something I pretty much always rush as soon as plausible. Yeah, so the way dimensional storage works is you find Mercer spheres, you hook belts with things on them up to the dimensional storage depot, and then you just have access to that from anywhere in the map, and it is incredibly convenient. It is by far the most convenient thing ever, to the point where yeah, you get way more than enough spheres if you do exploration. Alright, so let's take half of this biomass, put the other half in there, and hook. Okay. And then we hook that up to that, and then that up to that, and good. Early game power. But yeah, dimensional storage, once you have the SAM, yeah, so once you have the box set up, it costs nothing. It is completely free, no power even. It costs nothing, and you just infinitely have access to whatever is hooked up to that box. It is very, very convenient. Alright, so let's grab those. What was I doing? Right, I was setting up copper. Yep, exactly. It's quite simple. The lack of foundations is what is messing with my mind right now. Cables. Yep, it is super convenient. Made like I don't know, if you like dealing with inventory stuff, it is like the one size fits all problem, which may or may not be a good thing, but it definitely solves all your problems forever. Alright, so now we have wire. So we need cable and rods. Yeah, the limestone to concrete ratio, on the one hand it's terrible, on the other hand the number of things you need limestone for is approximately only concrete, so it's not like it's that bad, really. Like you can just set it up, have a good box going, and then just not really worry about it. Like in my previous game before this one, I had like 2 constructors for concrete, and that carried me through like 90% of the game. Alright, what was I doing? Oh right, iron rods. That was the next thing to set up. Alright, so let's set up this. And get a miner down. And what is going on with my power poles? I need wire for all sorts of things. Yeah, it does go into encased steel. That is the one thing, pretty much. And again, you don't really need all that much of that either, so yeah, it's really not that bad. You can use like wet concrete or whatever alternate recipes if it's a problem. All right, I need smelter. And power the smelter on, tell it to make iron ingots. And then I'm going to need to manual craft reinforced plates and cables. Alright, give me some of these. Give me some of these. Yeah, wet concrete is definitely great if you can find it, and if you can deal with the water. If I were using it for like encased industrial beams or whatever, I would certainly use wet concrete if it's reasonable to do so, but it's the efficiency isn't all that important for just personal use, in my experience at least. Alright, so we have that. And then run it over here. Put that constructor down. Tell you to make rods. And where is a power pole with 3 connections? There's one. It's incredible how, like, going from tier 3 power poles in the late game to tier 1 is... They just do nothing. Alright, so we have concrete, we have plates, we have rods. Now we're just gonna have to let these guys cook for a while. And while they do that... Oh, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I've played this game for quite some time. I did not know you could put fractions into machines either. I was putting decimals in. I assume it just rounds them, right? It'll convert them.
Generate enough data for Fixit to make an informed decision.
But yeah, I've always put like I've always like put like 0.333. There's so much like weird stuff to learn in this game. Like there's also some way where you can automate like picking up, like where you can pick up leaves instead of having to mash E. It retains the fraction. That's interesting. I kind of assumed it just rounded it to the 1000th, but that would be pretty cool if it retained it. I'll have to look into that. We're gonna might do some experimenting on that at some point to see. Be kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I mean, it's really not that big of a difference either way, right? Like, if it is 0.3333, yeah, it's gonna be like 1 out of 1,000 items, right? Like, who cares? It is interesting though. Alright, you go in there. Yikes. Timed that pretty well. Alright, let's grab some more of those. Let's grab some of those. Gosh, iron production rod production is quite slow, isn't it? Yeah, 0.0003 of an item. You'll be if you're trying to get true 100% efficiency on everything, even then I think you wouldn't notice, right? Like, there's no way. Alright. Getting our biomass through. Yeah. I mean, if you're so insane about 100% efficiency that you care about that, you're never gonna finish. Oh, yep, there goes the power grid. Let's grab some stuff. Early game power is awful. It is so stressful. Alright. Alright, let's call that good. Someone came... Oh, the slot between a conveyor lift and a merger, yeah. That sort of stuff is awful. I've had similar situations where, like, a pipe a millimeter long was Mark 1 when it was supposed to be Mark 2, and it doomed everything. Alright. So we have to turn that back on so that turns back on. Max consumption is still lower than capacity, barely. I don't even have splitters, so I can't even like manually feed both of these. Alright, let's see. What am I looking at here? I need more rods and more concrete. Is wires, which I don't really need more of right now. Concrete is down here. Alright, we need... How much concrete do we need for this? We need another 80, which is going to be like 6-ish minutes, 5 or 6. Alright, that's not terrible. It's not fast, but such is the early game. rods are up to 72 of them. Alright, let's see what manual crafting can we do. We need a lot more concrete than we do rods at the moment. So I'll crank out some of those real quick. And I probably shouldn't be getting base building first. I should probably be getting logistics first or something so that I can do splitters and stuff, but the lack of foundations is really messing with my mind. I'd like to have at least the option of putting down some. Okay. Rods are just about done. I'm going to grab some limestone and manual craft because the concrete is coming very slowly. Do you have any spare limestone? No. Alright. Manual mining. Get some limestone. Yeah, this is actually the worst. We're not doing that. We're just gonna go grab more fuel. Stupid ledge. It's so short. I don't have blade runners. Alright. We're gonna need to refill power probably now-ish. Alright, so let's climb up here. Get back to the power situation. Alright, we can at least sort of fill that. Alright. Managed to do it fast enough to not break anything. So now we should have another 12 minutes-ish of production, which hopefully will be enough. The early game is all about running around and trying to do as much as you can as quick as you can before the power collapses. Yes, I'm doing single player. Intend to pretty much always do single player, so sorry if you're interested in joining. Not interested in that right now. Thank you for the follow, Charles Numbers. I appreciate it. Every follow means a lot to me, especially from real people. Alright. Concrete is getting there. We now have plenty of rods. Fill those in. Those. So we should be fine on biomass for this first milestone. And then maybe we can try to figure out, is there any way I can save power? Maybe I can turn off a building or two. Maybe I can manual craft some stuff while I wait. It'll never hurt. Screws are something that I'm going to need a fair amount of in the future. May as well do that preemptively before I can set up reinforced plate automation. Alright. Hopefully by now Concrete will have figured it out. Thank you for the follow, Wexoid. I appreciate it. Alright. Now we have foundations and some other stuff too, like lookout towers.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
So logistics is the big one because it gets me splitters, which lets me do more automation based off of less stuff. And then obstacle clearing gets solid biofuel. Let's do logistics first. Right, we need to actually let the thing come back. But that's fine because in the meantime we are short on iron rods. Let's manual craft some of those. Not too concerned about iron plates. I haven't checked it in a while, so there's probably a good couple of them at least in there. So let's just get those iron ore converted into rods. And then hop over here and grab almost a full stack of plates. And the drone is returning. The drone is returning, but we do not have enough rods yet, so it doesn't really matter. And there's not much I can realistically do to manual craft. I guess I can pick up some more iron ore. Actually, are any of these not being used at full capacity, actually? That's 30 a minute. This is all impure. That's pretty bad. Alright. Well, I can grab some spare iron ore out of these smelters at least. Not that one, apparently. And in and more manual crafting. I do love crafting me some manuals. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Almost there. Almost there. And hopefully this will have... Alright, we are 10 short. Can you transfer blueprints over saves? Yes, you can. Not easily. I think you have to actually like go into the save files and move them manually. You can do it, but I don't really like... The reason I'm doing this is because I don't have that many... Like, I didn't do that much with blueprints in my previous save, so I figured I'm going to focus super hard on them this time around to see what that's like. So we're going to be doing a lot of creating blueprints as soon as we have the option. Alright, we got 150 of those, 150 of those, 300 of those. Yeah, I've done like very basic stuff with blueprints.
Conveyor belts can now merge, split,
Yes,
and
the
lift
thing
to
with
save space and enhance the productivity of your factory.
the thing with blueprints, right,
Fixit
is that
encourages you to consider investing in verticality
the
when it
thing I
comes to
always did with
factory
them
logistics.
is I would basically
If you
have
feel
like
stressed by this
a
complexity,
couple
imagine
constructors
yourself on the
wired
shore of
up
a vast and calm ocean.
automatically, so
Breathe
that
in,
instead of having
visualize
to
all the
like
people
put all of the
relying on
splitters
you.
and belts
The
and
sea
stuff
is made of
manually,
billions of faces, each
I could
staring at you
I could
with
just
hope and
like
tears
one
in their
click
eyes.
blueprint it down.
Breathe
In this
out,
save,
feel
I'm going to be
refreshed
doing
and
more of like,
focused on
oh,
your
this is a
duties.
blueprint that converts iron ore directly into reinforced plates, or that sort of thing, and like be able to skip over the intermediate steps. Alright, so we could do field research. It doesn't actually really get me that much. But yeah, so this save, we're going to be doing lots of very compact shenanigans to squeeze as much into a single blueprint as possible. Alright, so I was just looking at it and I already forgot. Do we want to do obstacle clearing to get solid biofuel first? Probably the smartest thing. So we need screws. Alright, so we have a constructor. And power that on. Speaking of... Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that you do have to update them every so often with new belts and stuff. But a lot of the time what you'll be doing with blueprints isn't so much like... How do I describe this? Like, you don't have to change the blueprint just because you have faster belts. You can just place down more blueprints and wire them all together with the faster belts. So it's not like it breaks them, you know? Let's grab some more of this stuff. Because what you can do is, like, say you have a blueprint that uses 120 input, and then you unlock the next tier of belts, and now you can manage 270 input. Well, you can just put two of them next to each other, and then it works out pretty much the same. So that's normally what you do. Alright, did I set this up properly? Yes, we are making screws. And we also need cables. Which means more reinforced plates. And more cables. And get another constructor in there. Belt that up to there. Tell that one to make cables. And speaking of needing cables, huh? What do you mean they won't manifold? They should. You just like manifold the blueprints individually together. Like you have the 120 you have the two 120 blueprints next to each other, and you run the faster blueprint past both of them. And then it just works that way. Iron rods. Where am I missing iron rods from? Yeah, it's definitely not like using blueprints and stuff is definitely not the most obvious thing in the world. So I don't blame you for missing it. There's all sorts of stuff to think about in this game, and a lot of it is non-obvious. Yeah, directly connecting them together like in a single row. Yeah, you need to just run through and upgrade all the belts for that. But But yeah, you can put them side by side and it works quite nicely. Alright, screw production is crawling. Concrete production has had a while to sit. Alright, we're at 99. We need 100. We're at 100. Let's go. Alright, now we throw those in. We're going to manual craft some more cables just to get up to 100. Then do the same thing with screws. We need cables for normal stuff, so I'll get up to like 120. And then we craft some screws. Gotta get all the way up to 500 for these, which is a huge pain. And is going to use up all of our rods, pretty much. Which, I don't love that. I'm going to have some rods left over for building. Is this? Yes, this makes 15, this uses 10. So there is a bit of a rod surplus there. Yeah, from what I understand about Factorio 2, like, blueprints can be much larger in that game, right? Like, you can have massive areas as a single blueprint. Whereas in Satisfactory, the blueprints are very much of, like, you know, you can fit tiny things together. Yeah, I think I have seen people pasting, like, blueprints in Factorio and be like, wow, that's a lot of stuff they're building. Yeah, Satisfactory and Factorio, you know, they're very similar in a lot of ways. It's easy to think of them as basically the same game, but 2D versus 3D. They really are not. And also, like, you know, Satisfactory is 3D. It kind of expects you to use that if you build it, especially in blueprints. Like, if you're building blueprints on flat surfaces, you're definitely not making the most of the space. Like, once you work in, like, oh, you can have 2 or 3 floors in a blueprint, it's actually not that limited. Still quite limited, but... Alright. Now we have
Milestone
obstacle
reached.
clearing.
Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the
Equipment
removal of
workshop.
tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational
Gosh, the
note.
chainsaw is
Will you be the
expensive.
Fix-It Employee
Okay.
of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to
Yeah,
efficiency.
all sorts of stuff.
This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated, fun, fun, fun.
Yeah, foundations are hugely important for building, and honestly, just like forcing yourself to work in multiple floors also is a huge thing in this game. Like, again, if you are building two-dimensionally, you're definitely not doing it right. Speaking of not doing it right, I need to split off some of these wires so they aren't all used. I need literally 1 concrete. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like, it's never going to be easy, right? 3-dimensional stuff is always going to be more complicated and difficult. You just have to keep it in mind. Yep, you can. I normally don't do it if I remember, because they tend to be somewhat janky and not on the floor properly, which is something you'll notice more on foundations. But yeah, you can just do that. The fun of all the mysterious little things you can do in this game. Alright, is that broken because of fuel? Yes. Alright, you go there. You go there. Power you on. Yeah, it's also like really nice for when you suddenly realize you messed up and you need to like add a splitter into something. You don't have to tear it down. Right, what did I need to make the chainsaw? I need so much. I need more plates, more rods, more screws. Actually, I'm going to rely on this production line to make the screws. Yeah. It's definitely quite convenient. I probably use it a bit too much. Like, I should just think... I should plan ahead more than I do. And not have to do that, but I do it a lot. Alright, screws are doing pretty well. Ooh, look, a bot. That's fun. Goodbye. Alright, I need to get a storage container in here. This is all terrible. And... yeah, buying viewers. What a great deal. I'm sure they'll stick around and be reliable, trustworthy viewers. That seems likely. Bots. What fun. Alright. I think that is... how many? I think I only need 150 screws for the chainsaw. Yes, so now I'm going to turn the screw production off to accumulate more iron rods quickly. I'm going to have to run out and grab more power. Otherwise I'm going to run out before I get the chainsaw and can do it properly. Alright, let's hop up here, grab some of this stuff. This patch of foliage is starting to run a little bit dry. But once we get the chainsaw, we can chop down the big trees, and then that'll be fine. Remember how to use the chainsaw. I don't think I've used it in a while. Did they regrow? Honestly, I've never paid that much attention to it. They might. If they do, that's pretty convenient. Alright. Splitter. There we go. And now that feeds both of them. Alright, and we grab some more screws. More importantly, we grab some rods. And yeah, same thing with me. Like, I feel like I was collecting from the same spot, but I also definitely wasn't like picking up every single possible leaf from that spot. So I don't know. Could go either way. Right? Because we used some of the screws, of course. So now we have to make some more. Alright. Chainsaw acquired. And now we can do... oh, we need to probably need to actually get some biofuel set up. So let's take that down, because it has to not be connected directly to the thing anymore. Actually, that was dumb. I could have just switched the recipe in it. Yep. That was pointless. Alright, so let's replace it. And get a splitter in, which something like that will probably work. Nope, apparently not. Okay, it's getting easier just to put the splitter on the existing thing. Alright, so this is converting biomass to solid biofuel. Now we need another constructor which converts... Okay, we need more screws to make more reinforced plates. So we can make another constructor. Production constructor. What do you mean invalid placement? Oh. There's this thing. Hello, sulfur. Get out of the way. I want to place a machine here.
Unknown chemical element collected. This non-metallic and multivalent element seems to be present only in a solid
Replace
state.
that there.
And exhibits a most
Save
pungent smell.
biomass.
It is
Leaves.
fortunate fixed helmets are of such high quality. Store this potential resource for later use.
And yeah, we need to time this right so as to not crash the power grid. So now we have some biomass. We throw that in there. We find a free power pole. We turn that on. We turn that on. So now we have biofuel, which we can now use to chop down some trees and get lots of wood and hopefully be good on power for at least a little while longer. Yoink. 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 Let's chop down this whole area real quick. Hello? Please work. Alright. And another one. And another one. Please. Oh. We're out of fuel for the chainsaw. Okay, that went quickly. Also, this is the only thing in my inventory. Alright. Let's fill my hands with other stuff. Where? How did I pass? How did I miss this entire thing? Yep, there goes the power grid. As expected. Let's see how to fix this. Is it because only one of them? It's because I took power out of that one. So I can split that one there and there. And then turn that back on. So this will produce biomass. This will produce solid biofuel. And also I'm going to need another constructor for the wood. Which means more... I need more rods to make screws. I'm going to turn that back on. And grab some of those. Alright, so now I craft some screws, then I craft some plates. And then I can put down another constructor like here-ish. And there goes the power grid. For some reason. That might actually be a capacity problem. We might have put too much on the grid. Let's see here. Yeah. So we are going to need we're going to need a third biomass burner, which can go like there. And now the question is, can I fit another splitter in here? No, actually, the splitter has a free spot on the other side, so I can put this like here and belt that in. Alright, let's take that out and put that in there temporarily. Then hook it into the power grid. And no, it didn't work. Okay. Alright, why didn't it work? Is this not hooked up properly for some reason? No, okay. We got it. We got it working that time. So that should produce biofuel to keep these guys going for a while. And we also need to hook that one up. Where's the power poles? Yeah, power line spaghetti is the most delicious kind of spaghetti. Good old Mark I power poles having absolutely no capability to do anything useful. Alright, so we have that. Power is semi-stable for now. So now we can do the next step, which is part assembly, which requires a bunch of cables, a bunch of rods and screws, so many screws. Is there any way I can make this faster? Yeah, I can put down a second rods constructor when I have reinforced plates. Please. The lack of foundations is killing me, but I haven't gone in to grab more concrete in a while, so alright, we're up to 6 reinforced plates. Hopefully that'll be good for a while. So now we run over here. We plop down another constructor. And we split that belt into that constructor so you can make more rods. And power that on. So that should fully use that node. And screw production should be going at full capacity as well. Cable production is kind of cursed because wire is not very quick. So that's 30 a minute. That's using 15 a minute. So we can get another splitter in there. Stick a constructor in. Make more wires. Find a power pole to connect to. And now that we are making twice as much wire, we can merge this back into there, I guess. The joys of building on rough terrain. So now this is getting like 45-ish wire a minute into it. And we're also getting like another 15 wire a minute spare. I don't know why that's saying 72%. It's clearly 100%. Legally speaking, you can do that. Yeah. Alright. Then what do we need? We need more of basically everything. Wonderful. Alright. We should still be good on power. Unless everything runs out, which could happen at any minute. We need more rods, which is that. And there's also some there that aren't being used properly. Yeah, basically the way I play the early game is just a frenzied dash towards coal power when I can not have to worry about like basically speedrunning anymore. Okay, so collecting cable. Yep, speedrun to coal, then you can relax and do things more sensibly. You can relax and do things more sensibly when the entire factory isn't permanently falling apart around you. Is coal relatively easy to find out here in the desert? I have no idea. The other time I played briefly in the desert once before, and it was like not too far away, but also this isn't the same spot that I was in last time. So it's probably close-ish. I know there is some coal in the desert. Alright, I need more of everything. Alright, cables are now good to go for the time being. This hub is kind of annoying to get into. Alright, so that's it for cables. Still need rods and screws. How's power going? Alright, that is finished. That is finished. That is finished just recently. And we have 46 4 per minute, so like 10 minutes there. Why is there twice as much in that one? Alright. Living apart, this one blatantly having more than the others. We have like 10, 15 minutes. So let's... need to actually use this. Alright, so now we have some... Now there's some fuel on hand. Stab the wildlife for biomass. Yeah, I could do that, I think. Is that an alt recipe, actually? I can't remember. I don't think I've ever actually done that, because I never used biomass. But there's still some trees around. That's base. Neat. I might do that then. I guess while they're just wandering about, it may as well be useful. But first I'm going to grab some more of these trees. Alright. Leaves. Yeah, it is MAM dependent, which I think I technically haven't unlocked yet because speedrunning, but please. Where is the thing that you have to look at to cut this particular thing down? There it is. Yeah, I think I technically haven't unlocked the MAM or like the map. I think that's the field research thing, which I skipped for now. Alright. More of this, please. More of this, please. Alright. That should be good for a little while longer. And now we just have to run back to base. And put these into the constructors. So there you go. There you go. And rods and screws, rods and screws. I have to say, hogs are so much more fun when they're just like sort of vibing, like when they're just minding their business, wandering around. Like, they're so annoying when you have to fight them, but they're not annoying at all when they're just minding their business, being fun. Alright. Need a few more screws. Need a few more rods, and then we can focus on screws. Alright, we have enough rods, now we can manual craft screws. Yeah, hogs can... For some reason, hogs are like... Wait, no, I didn't want to craft that. For some reason, hogs are like significant... Like, the adult hogs in particular are significantly more threatening ranged combatants than the spitters. Like, spitters, their projectiles are big and slow and super visible. But hog projectiles are tiny and fast and go long range. Yeah. Like, I have absolutely been sniped by hogs, like, from a very, very long distance. And, like, you can't see it coming because, like, the hog itself is behind a bush, and the projectile is so tiny, and it's like, oh, just got shot. Alright, let's finish manual crafting the last of these screws. Yeah, spitters are so dodgeable, except in melee, where, like, obviously they can't be dodged, so sometimes it feels like the best way to deal with the spitters is to keep it ranged, and the best way to deal with the hogs is to get up close, which is definitely kind of wacky.
Parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It Company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note, humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler. Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
Alright, so I need a whole bunch of stuff to build the space elevator, but I have all of the technology unlocked. Yeah. Spiders are certainly a thing. The fun thing about spiders is if you're standing by a cliff, spiders are way easier to trick into jumping off the cliff and not being relevant anymore. Whereas like a hog or a spitter will stick around and you'll kind of just have to fight it. Whereas spiders, in many situations, will just jump like an extremely far distance down and not be a problem anymore. So that's my trick to spiders, is try to get them to jump at you when you're like in midair on a jetpack or something like that, and they go flying off across the map. Do I need cables for this? No. Yeah. Avoiding them at all costs is a reasonable decision as well. Certainly not going to tell you you're wrong for that one. So I need more rods, more plates. Don't need screws, right? Alright, I don't need screws, so I can turn that off to speed up rod production. I need like 400 rods. It's a lot of rods. Why is this maxed? Yeah, the cats thing I've heard is not terribly convincing. So I can manual craft some more rods. I should have the plates. Yeah, just about. And then concrete is going to be the problem. So let's sit here and manually craft a couple hundred rods, shall we? The good news is that manual crafting rods doesn't take power, so technically this is saving on power. Yeah, I mean, like, the weird thing about this game's combat is that, like, you never get more health. Like, so you don't ever get tankier, so the game never really gets more forgiving. You just have to move around a lot and fly around on jetpacks and stuff. And I feel like having health upgrades would make sense. Alright, we have manually crafted a large quantity of rods, and we are still really not close. Still really not close to enough rods. Wire production is kind of messed up by the fact that these ones don't go into the box. Only these ones go into the box. How long is wire production going to take? So we have 2 of these running, that's 60 a minute. And we need 1,000. So hang on. 1,000 divided by 60, it's like 15 minutes. Alright. We're going to manually craft some wires. Which still won't even help all that much, but it'll help some. Alright, now we get to sit here and wait. So I think last time I started from scratch, I was able to get phase 1 done in the first stream, so I'm hopefully going to do that this time as well. It'd be a shame if I ended up going faster after having practiced going as fast as possible. We are cooking along. Manual crafting. I do love sitting here doing nothing, and this is basically the best that I can do. almost done with this manual crafting, fortunately. Alright. Almost all of the wire we can manually craft, and then we'll just have to be waiting on the machines to do the rest. So, how much wire are we at total? Just over 500. So we've got another couple of minutes of waiting for that. Now let's hop over to the limestone. Alright, up to 300 limestone we need. 500 total. That's only 15 a minute. And it's going as fast as it can and using every single limestone in the process, so nothing to accelerate there. Power is still doing fine. We've got so much solid biofuel. Alright. That much solid biofuel. What I think I need to do then is start on smart plating while we wait for the wire, because smart plating is all iron and we're waiting for all non-iron stuff. So let's see, I need rotors. How many rotors do I need to make an assembler? 4 and 8 reinforced plates. That's a lot. Alright, so that is enough to make 8 reinforced plates. And then rotors also need lots of screws. So we need 4 of these. Actually, do I have... Did I turn this off? Alright. I did turn it off, but I do have like 100 screws just sitting around, so I'll grab those. And that can let me craft these. Alright, now we grab some of the rods. We can set up an assembler. Smart plating is reinforced plates and rotors, which is gonna suck. Is there any more iron at all? So I'm using both of these iron nodes fully, right? Yep, that's 100%, that's 100%. What's the button? Is there any other iron in the vicinity? There's a couple, like, kind of close-ish. We'll check out. If they're, like, normal or pure, then that will be cool. So let's head over to these. I need a lot more iron production for making this go at reasonable speed. And I need an equipment workshop to make a portable miner, to make a miner Mark 1. So I'll grab 2 of them, just so that I can put 2 of these down. Alright, so that is another freaking impure. And where is the other? There's another one, right? Out here. Not especially close. Alright, well, we're gonna do what we can with this one then. So let's get a smelter. Power that on. That's 30 a minute. This is 30 a minute. So we need 2 lines of constructors. And let's see, we need to then split some of the iron into there. So we can make iron plates and iron rods. Please give me more power. And then we take the iron rods and we make screws. And we give that power. So now we have 15 rods a minute, which is 40 screws a minute. So this will be like 15 or 12 or 15 plates. Alright, so now we need to make more reinforced plates because we used some of them for those. Oh, and power is looking bad again. So let's hop in here and set up another biomass burner. And now that we have 4 of them, we're going to need to redo the splitting. So that sucks. I think we put it like over there. I don't know. I'm not going to be too specific about the splitting. Hopefully we'll be done before it becomes a problem. You get fuel. Now we find a free power pole, like that one. And we hook it in. And power production is once again good enough. And the splitting isn't right, but that's fine. So now let's craft some more reinforced iron plates, which involves crafting some more screws. I need a total of 8 of them for the assembler. And this will automate reinforced iron plates, so I theoretically won't need to do this at least as much. Alright, then we run over here, which is where this is. And let's put the assembler like in the middle-ish, like there. And now we take these belts up here. And in reinforced iron plates. This is not going to produce at anywhere near 5 a minute, but it is going to produce, and that is the important part. And it will produce at 5 a minute to start with, at least, just because of the backlog. In the meantime, we still need to pick up the rest of the wire, which might be done. Yes, we have enough wire now. Need to head over and grab the concrete, and then the rest of the iron supplies. still at 395 concrete. That's brutal. Alright, so we have reinforced iron plates getting set up. The next thing to automate would be rotors, which I'm getting all turned around in here. This place is kind of confusing. So rotors are rods and screws. Alright, let's... Why do I keep hitting that button instead of this button? So we're going to find another iron patch to automate rotors, which will unfortunately require another assembler. Maybe this iron patch will be at least normal, so we can get a decent quantity of iron out of it. Please? Pure. Alright, cool. Well, we can't actually... I don't think we can actually use pure, right? Because we don't have Mark II belts, but we'll be able to use it eventually. Alright, so we have that. We're going to need 2 smelters with a splitter. And that goes there, and that goes there. And need more power poles, as we always do. Alright, so now we have that. We need to grab more reinforced iron plates, which I actually have automated now. And we can start setting that up. Whoops. I went to the wrong area. The actual assembler is over here on this side. And there's 9, just like that. And I'm going to need, what? Rods. 2 rods, so that'll be 4. Screws will be 6. And the actual thing will be another... Alright, so we're going to have to come back here later, but for now we can set this up. Most of the way, at least. Alright, so we have a constructor and a constructor. So you make rods. You make rods. Right, actually this is going to be even more constructors than I thought. I'm going to need another constructor and another constructor. And then we're going to need to split that and split that. And that goes into there. And we are completely out of iron plates. So let's run back and grab those. Alright, iron plates are over here. I cannot wait until I have dimensional storage. Alright, give me those. How's power going, by the way? Max consumption is above capacity. Okay. And you know what that means? It means another biomass burner. And Come on, I saw a spot. I saw a spot for it. There we go. Alright, so you have 77, you have 84, you have 17, you have 81. Alright, so we're gonna have to wait for this to drop. Alright, so let me take that, we split it. We probably split it again. Feed that 40. Feed that like 20. This is the new one. It can have some of its own. And it's powered on. And power production is back up again. But we are certainly running out of time before we have to go out and grab more fuel. So let's get everything right up to the assembler for the rotor production, and then we can do the rotor production after that. Alright, so that needs a belt. All the rest of them have belts. Now we need to power these guys on and have enough of them to not run out. Alright, we are now producing a whole bunch of iron rods. So now we come around the other side and set down another couple of constructors. And these will make screws. And powered on from somewhere. So we have iron rods, we have screws. Now we actually need another assembler, which is going to be more of a couple things. Let's hop on over. So let's see what we need to craft these. You need mostly screws. Mostly we are short on screws, so that is this, and it's production paused for some reason. Wonderful, love that for me. Alright, well, manually crafting screws time. We need 5 more reinforced plates, and probably not actually, probably have a good number of those in that other assembler. So we're going to just focus on the rotors. One, two, three, 4 rotors. And now we head up here and hope that it's been a minute since I last checked. It has been exactly. So now we can head up here, place the assembler, and have rotors automated. And then it'll just be a matter of keeping power steady until everything is done. Alright. Give me an assembler. Tell you to make rotors. It needs a silly amount of screws a minute. I'm not going to worry about all that. I'm just going to hook that up there. These two get merged in. Like that, I guess. And in there. And then we power it on. And probably power grid will crash. But, I mean, this is not going to run at 100%, right? It's going to run at like 80% at most. That's probably fine. And I think this is far enough away that we should probably belt... We should belt this back over towards the hub, so that I don't have to walk all the way out over here every time. These belts mostly use iron plates, which isn't really the problem. Alright, so now we have rotors over here by this factory, which will be very convenient when it comes time to actually start automating the smart plating, because then they'll be right next to each other. In the meantime, space elevator, need more concrete, more rods, more iron plates, tiny bit more wire. Not a problem. I don't want to turn that on for power reasons. Alright, then we hop over here. 489 out of 500. Almost. Then we hop on over to the rods and the screws and the plates. Plates are up to 175. Rods and screws are up to a better number. And space elevator is waiting on plates and concrete. And there's nothing I can do to speed either of those up. So we're just going to sit and wait and throw some biomass into there. And speaking of biomass, let's go grab some. Actually, I don't have any to get started. Oh, there goes the power grid. Yeah, so that was because something ran out. So while something's run out, I'll grab some of that. Grab some of that. Split that, actually. Have to, like, manually load balance these things. So that's fun. That was the one that ran out. This one has a ton still. So I'll grab half of that for myself. Now I can turn that back on and head out and grab more. Oop. Was that a... That looks like a capacity problem. So let's get another biomass burner in. And should set up a proper, like, load balanced thing for this, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to have to deal with this any more than necessary. Please. Why? All of these machines have power, right? There's fuel in all of the burners. There's fuel in all of the burners. This shouldn't be a problem. Alright. Success. And now we just have to run out and grab some more biofuel while we still have the chance. And it doesn't feel like it's growing back. It feels like this is just stuff that I missed on my last pass. Alright, let's cut down this giant tree over here. That'll be fun. So comparison, that gave me like 18... Oh, that was the giant tree. Okay. Didn't give me all that much. You'd think cutting down a gigantic tree would be a lot better than cutting down a tiny little shrub. But apparently not. Oop, fell into the water. Alright. This poor area is definitely getting quite defoliated. So let's put that one down. And hopefully that'll be enough. I don't need that much more power because I don't need that much more stuff produced until the next hub upgrade. Although I'm going to need a bit more to stretch it all the way to when coal power is set up. So this gets the wood. This one gets the leaves, and it won't split evenly, but that's fine. Okay, so now the space elevator is just waiting on iron plates, which will probably be done. That's this machine here. We're at 230. We need another minute worth of production. So that'll be fun. There's probably iron plates elsewhere, maybe. Do you have spare ore? Yes, you do. I'm not sure why you have spare ore. This whole thing should probably be running at 100% efficiency, but guess it's not. That means that I can do some manual crafting of plates. Not tremendously efficient, but it'll help a little bit. I'm just going to craft these 10, and then the rest of them should probably be done at the actual production constructor. Yeah, alright, cool. And that means I think we have everything we need to just straight up plop down a space elevator. Which I could do it by there, but there's probably going to use that space for coal power. I don't know. The surface too uneven everywhere. Oh, did I see? Alright, it'll allow itself to be placed here. So let's place it there. Alright. Space elevator is being built. Very slowly coming together. But here it is. Alright, so now we need smart plating. So let's plop an assembler down there. Feed it in there. And we need more iron plates.
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the project assembly orbital platform. project assembly is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator. Subsequent phases unlock access to new tiers with more advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore, and exploit. It is time to be honest. This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united undertaking in human history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival.
And
Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
And there goes the power grid. Right, what kind of problem was it? Looks like a machine ran out. Alright, well that's the easier kind to fix, because we're just going to have to redistribute some stuff. Yep, do not let Fix-It down, and there goes the power. That is a classic. Alright, so let's see here. Are there any of these with like suspiciously large amounts? I guess 43 is kind of suspiciously large. So we take that. We put that over there. And we flip the switch. Alright. That's a narrow margin right there. Max consumption 179, capacity 180. If I'd love to tell you that was planned and it was my secret master stroke to have everything work out perfectly, but yeah, it sure is lucky, huh? So this is still producing fuel, so hopefully that'll be enough. Yeah, exactly. I was calculating it out. I can have exactly everything perfect. The exact number of constructors. I'm a genius. Nope, that was luck. Alright, so then we can take this, bring that in there. And now the only thing to do is accelerate this slightly. I can do some manual crafting. So this takes a minute of each, and it kind of looks like I'm doing more than that. So this is short on plating. Is there any way... So the screws are running at 100%. The plates definitely aren't. So I guess this will, like, eventually manifold back, but that'll take ages. And I'm not even sure reinforced plates are the bottleneck here. Yeah, it looks like reinforced plates are the bottleneck. So I'll throw some iron plates in there. And I do not have the capacity to underclock machines, otherwise I might do that. Hello, Spitter, how's it going? It's funny to see them just strolling by. Yeah, let's just do some manual crafting of plates in particular to accelerate this. Alright, so we need screws and iron plates to do the manual crafting. So grab some of those. Grab some of those. And manual crafting. And I think we need... I think it's like 1-to-1 Like, I'll check how many plates you need for smart plating. Hopefully it's 1-to-1 and like this is a significant portion of the total plates we need. Because then I could even like change some of these just into additional smart plating assemblers. Yeah, it is 1-to-1 for each. So with 21 reinforced iron plates and 12 rotors, we are not quite enough. So once we hit 50 of either, then we can just convert that thing temporarily into a smart plating assembler to speed it up. Otherwise, we do not have the power to put down another assembler. And what can we do in the meantime? More manual crafting is the answer. Let's grab some of those. And let's keep doing this. Once I have an actual power supply and I can set up permanent, like more respectable setups, I will be able to have so many iron plates. That's up to 25 plus 9. Alright, and once again, manual crafting to see if there's any iron ore. I don't understand. Isn't this 30 a minute? Yeah, this is this not running at 100%? It's 95%? But why? That should definitely be 100%. I don't know, I don't fully understand that, but the important thing is we have iron ore, which means we can do a whole load of manual crafting. And get this done as soon as possible. 2, 1, 0. Craft some iron ingots. Alright, iron ingot crafting. It's so slow, but realistically this is probably the best I can be doing right now. I will check the power generators because we might need to redistribute the fuel. And it looks like the total fuel, so that one has 60, that one has 36, that one has 24, that one has 35. This one is the problem, it has only 5. So we're going to find that one with 60. And do that real quick. So 34... Exactly. I'm a powerless constructor. It's brilliant. It's the most efficient thing possible. Alright, so we have 34, which divided by 4 is like 8 minutes. That's not a lot of minutes. I really wish that were more minutes. We're gonna have to probably grab more. We're gonna have to grab more biomass, unfortunately. I don't think what we have in there will be enough. Alright, let's drop these plates off first and then head over to grab some more biomass. $33 plus 15 is 48, so just about done with reinforced iron plates, actually. At the point where I probably should be repurposing that into a smart plating constructor. Oh, and I put away all of my biofuel again, so I can't even chainsaw. Let's grab some of these leaves. Unfortunately, I didn't bring biomass for the chainsaw, so can't use it, but oop, I picked up a pale berry.
Potential edible collected. If consumed before authorized as compatible with the human digestive system by Fixit, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences.
Backing up some more
Store
leaves.
this potential resource for later use.
And then turn around, grab some more on the way back. And now we put these in the power setup. And then we convert one of our assemblers into more smart plating assembly so that we can do that twice as fast. I think we're going to finish like reasonably more quickly than the previous time. The previous time I managed to finish phase 1 like right around like 3 hours. Now we're like 2 hours in and I'm already almost there. So yeah, 33 plus 19 is more than 50. Alright, so let's set that to smart plating and grab half of those and half of those and fill that one up. Obviously we don't need that anymore. We are going to need more plates to do that. We're gonna need more plates for the belts, and we're gonna need more rotors. I can manually craft 30 rotors. When did that happen? Alright, so now we're gonna sit here manual crafting rotors. And I'm like a powerless assembler, which is like way more efficient than a powerless constructor. So we have 21. I need like... We have 21, there's like another 10 in there. I think that ought to be all of the rotors I need for this. So we split that, put 10 there, put 10 there, and now we don't even need the rotor construction, and we could convert that into smart plating as well. Oh, I need to grab more iron plates. Just give me some of these for the temporary belt into the space elevator. Can put them in manually, but I don't like putting them in manually. Feels wrong. Alright, so then that merges there. And boom. So now we have 4 per minute, and so yeah, we are 6.5 minutes away from being done with phase 1, which I don't know if we have the power for that. This trusty old power setup, I didn't put it in. I didn't put it in the constructor to start making more biofuel. That was dumb. So that's 4 minutes until that's done. 4 minutes until that's done. 3 minutes until that's done. Alright, jeez. It's pretty close. It's gonna be pretty close, honestly, just like if I can run out there, get the fuel, and get back in time. And we're also going to need to manually distribute it because not all of them even have connections. Also, so much of this are trees which require biomass to cut down. Alright. Let's grab a whole bunch of leaves. Yeah, wood is much better than leaves, but it also requires me to take biomass out of the system to cut down the wood, which is a little bit precarious at the moment. And also, we are definitely starting to run. We're definitely starting to run this patch pretty low. So that's a bit of a concern. If we run out and we have to run much further away, that wouldn't be fun. Alright, so that's the wood one. Actually, we can put a single batch in, I guess. Alright, now let's see how this is being distributed. Got lots of 22s. 18 there, 5 there, 17 there, 8 there. Alright. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. That's 19. I think this will at least last us to the end of the phase. Not confident about how quickly I'm going to be able to get coal power set up. So that's a concern. But we should just be like a minute or two out of this being done. We're at 40 out of 50. Good number on the belts. Alright. Well, I'm not just going to stand around waiting for that. I'm going to pick up concrete, I guess, for foundations. These foundations are going to be very helpful for the coal setup. I'd like that to be mostly on foundations. Yoink. And then grab some iron plates as well. Now, if I were really smart, I would be turning some of these things off to save power in the short term. But I also kind of just want the stuff they make, so... This has got to be just about done, right? 44, 45, that'll be 46. That one will be 47. Alright, just about there. Yeah, that would certainly help a lot. It's not going to be that big of a deal for me. Like, I don't need that many. Just to put a couple coal generators on. Literally one coal generator at the start would be enough. How much power? So 2... Gosh, we're gonna need a fair amount of coal power. Right, up to 48. Where is the actual button? It's over here. So we're going to sit here and wait up to 49. And 50. Alright. Now we can seal and send it off. I think this was like a full hour faster than last time I did it. Unless I'm remembering wrong. Which I might be.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation.
Oh boy.
Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery.
Alright, I don't really care about that. I have seen that cutscene a couple of times. And we send that off. And now we turn this back to make reinforced plates. We do actually need those. And cut that off. And I think we probably cut that off
Phase 1
too.
of Project Assembly completed. This is only the beginning of Project Assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far. Reminder, not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including
Boy,
kittens and puppies.
I do like saving kittens and
It is
puppies.
statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of
Full
kittens
power.
and or puppies.
I
Continue
need
the work for their sake. Continue the
even
work
more
for
reinforced
Fix-It.
plates,
It is
even
time
more
to start
rotors,
the work on Phase 2 of
and some
Project
cables,
Assembly.
which is fine. Alright. Reinforced plates and rotors are going to be annoying. Cables, I need to start production of again. Which, yeah, max consumption is still at 179. So we're definitely going to have to manual craft a bunch of reinforced plates. Otherwise, we are never going to get to 150. It'll take forever. So let's do this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, that's all that manual crafting for now. What did we run short of? Was it plates or screws? Oh, it looks like it was screws. Alright, let's grab some more screws. Let's grab some more plates. And let's do some crafting. Alright, we need to get up to 150 reinforced plates, which is a rather huge number. 50 rotors is nothing to scoff at either. 500 cable is like, whatever. It's a lot, but it's not crazy. So let's just do the manual crafting so that we can do that sooner. 2, 1, 0. I guess we can craft a couple of rotors too. Alright, so we are at 54 reinforced plates, a couple of rotors, and not much cable. So at 5 a minute, we need to get 80 more. So 80 divided by 5 is another 16 minutes of production there. That's a lot of time. especially since it's not running at 100%. It's running at 75%. Let's grab some more cables. Grab some more plates. Grab some more screws. And do even more manual crafting. Although I'm starting to hit the limit of my screws and plate production as well. So we're going to pretty much just have to go grab more power. So let's see here. That has 8. That has 1. Alright. You're up to 9 at least. You are currently dead. But it's fine for some reason. Because power requirements have gone down somehow. Alright, well, the grid is going to crash shortly, and there's not much I can do about that. So I'm just going to rob from it, and chop down some trees. Yep, there goes the grid. There you are. Grab a fair chunk of biomass here. And pretty soon this whole area is going to be completely gone. The Lorax would not be happy right now. Definitely not making any friends with the Lorax. Let's just throw this in to get the power situation back up and running temporarily while I'm gone. And then save some biofuel for a longer trip. Where's the generators? They're over here. Why did I make this area so incredibly cramped? I could have just not done that. So you go in there. You go in there. And... right. Need to... This is not going to be great. But I think we can manage with down one burner at the moment. Apparently not. Alright. Well, that is unfortunate. Let's see here. How can I fix that problem? Yes, I can take these leaves out, manually craft biofuel. Alright, manual craft some biomass, manual craft some solid biofuel. So this will help kickstart that. I really just want the factory to be running and producing reinforced plates and rotors while I go get more fuel. Alright, so 36 biofuel It's not a lot, but it's something. Got 7 there. I mean, this is all gonna collapse in like a singular minute. But a minute of production is more than nothing. So let's run out, chop down some trees, and get some more power. Power situation is quite catastrophic. I might want to just like turn off all the production lines that aren't directly make the reinforced plates and rotors, and I guess cables. That would save me quite a lot of time. So yeah, this is, I guess, where the difficult start portion comes in for this map, because we are having to travel a fair ways to get fuel. Doing pretty well here. This area was relatively untouched up till now. Also, the power grid somehow hasn't quite collapsed yet. So that's nice. Getting a whole bunch of wood and leaves out of this. So this power should, in theory, last me. If this doesn't last me until I have a coal plant set up, something has gone wrong. Because this is a lot. I didn't actually hit the thing there. Alright, and let's chop down this giant tree for only 18 wood for some reason. And that ought to be enough. I will be very sad if this doesn't last me until coal power. It should. Oh, I'm going to need to set up copper sheet production for the pipes as well. That will be a thing that I need to do sooner rather than later. Alright, so you get a stack of wood, you get a stack of leaves, and yikes, you don't love that. Alright, this can receive that, just to make sure. Okay, now we need to set up copper sheet production. Is this gonna be... We do not have much copper here. There is another copper node right over there, though. Is that the closest one? Yeah. Alright, so let's find a power pole to grab off of. And let's run over there and start crafting some copper sheets, which we're going to need for pipes for water. Just gotta get everything set up. And if I'm waiting on one thing to finish, I need to be starting working on the next thing. This is also impure. I'm missing a portable miner and iron plates. So let's head back to pick those up. iron setup is on the other side of the hub. Alright. Iron plates, check. And we need to craft some portable miners. So let's do that. I'll make like 4 of them, just to future-proof a little bit. So we're going to need to set up coal miners as well at some point. Alright, so now we hop back over to the copper. And miner. And a smelter. Or 2? Is it 1 miner to 1 smelter for copper? Yeah, it is. Alright. So we power that on, and a constructor making copper sheets. So that should be all sorted out for that. Hopefully the power grid can manage. It technically can't, but it probably will. We have not been at max capacity for a while. So I'm just going to assume that that'll be fine, and that will produce enough copper sheets for us. And I'm going to belt them back over closer to the hub. Will be a bit expensive in terms of belts, but will save me some time running around. Alright, so that is that. Now we need to check on the reinforced plates and rotors. Up to 92 total reinforced plates. And a decent chunk of rotors. I don't think rotors will be a problem. So we're 10 rotors short, like 60 reinforced plates short, and a couple hundred cables short, but pick those up by the hundred, so it's not a problem. So we can manually craft some screws. Actually, we have a screw constructor which has been running for a while. Let's grab those. Let's grab those plates. And manual craft some more reinforced iron plates, as we do. Four, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're at 107 reinforced plates, which is still quite a ways off. We need so many. Like 150 is a crazy amount. I guess I can make that manifold better, and maybe that will help a little bit. So if that is full, then it we'll stop getting priority on ingots eventually. Yeah, there's really not much I can do to speed that up by a huge amount. It'll eventually correct naturally, but iron plates are just, they're just kind of hard to get a lot of very quickly. But they are showing up bit by bit. Is there another iron patch especially close? Nope, we've gotten all the close-ish ones. Yeah, then the next ones are super far out, apparently. Oh, there goes the power grid. It should just be... Yeah, so this one doesn't get anything distributed to it. This one gets way too much distributed to it, so let's grab that, have it, put half of it back, and the other half in there, and turn it back on. And these are still producing biomass. So let's give that a top off and put more back into that one. And can I fit a splitter anywhere? Oh, I can take power. I can take from this splitter. Oh, I don't have plates or rods. Right, because I'm using all of my plates for critical tasks. Alright, so I can take this belt, and I forgot to actually grab rods. Ooh, connecting to chat. It's always a little bit worrying to see. Alright. So I can take that and do that. And now it'll at least get some. We are making 30 biofuel a minute with this setup and using 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, so that's interesting. So we're burning it almost as quickly as we make it, basically. Alright, let's see here. So these are the cables. We now have enough cables, so I can put those in. Boop, boop, boop. And we still need rotors. Are probably done by this point. I only need another couple. And reinforced iron plates are really dragging along. Alright, we are up to 50 rotors, which means we can put that in as well. And finally, we just need to do more manual crafting of reinforced iron plates. We are starting to get reasonably close. 2, 1. We're at 125 out of 150, and then we'll need some more to actually like make the thing. Let's grab more plates and grab more screws. And do more manual crafting. Get up to 135. Alright, we are 15 short. We should be just a couple more minutes, and then we can unlock coal power and finally escape this horrible, horrible torture of power problems. Alright, it's just so slow. I don't understand how it got backed up that much, but I guess it did. And now we have the iron ingots to manual craft for an eternity. So we only need 10 more reinforced iron plates. So let's get to the manual crafting. How many do we need? 6 iron plates each. So we're going to need a total of 60 iron plates and a boatload of screws. Alright, so now we manual craft the screws, then we manual craft reinforced iron plates, and then we can unlock the technology. 8, 9, 10. Alright, and now we do this. And it'll be so nice when we're done. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Now we throw these in and launch coal power. Alright, so
Milestone reached. Power production can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner. Water is also necessary to run the coal-powered generator and will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source.
20 reinforced
To
plates
assist
and
with
10
locating
rotors
and
per.
identifying water, Fixit has compiled this guide. Water is a somewhat reflective liquid and it may have thick vegetation growing
And
nearby.
water extractors also
To
need 10
test if something
reinforced
is
plates.
water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably
Alright,
water.
well. Now, I guess we scan for coal. Let's see if there is any close. Well, that's not a good sign. Okay. 1,000 meters away is not great. It's also not terrible. So let's run over that way and grab some copper sheets while we do. We need these for the pipes and for the water extractors. And we need to bring power over there with us, which means we're going to need more cables. So we're going to need to stop back by the copper and pick up some more cables so that we can bring power all the way over there. And we can set up the coal generator right over there by the water. Alright. Grab cables, grab some wire just to be sure. Miner Mark 1 also requires iron plates. And I'm going to need a lot of iron plates for belting stuff around. Well, 80 iron plates ought to be good for now. So we're going to head over. We're going to belt the coal back over to this general vicinity over there by the waterfall. And then set up our water extractors and such there. And I really hope that power doesn't fail as I'm setting this up. And I know that it will inevitably do so. Alright. Let's scan for coal. Grab the power line, bring that along. Bringing power along. Hey, look, more iron. That's handy. Surprised it let me place that. It looked like it was going to go out of range. There's a Mercer sphere under that cave type thing. Alright, the scan is faded. Let's do another one. I like always being able to see on my compass just how much further I have to go and where exactly it is. So let's head over here. It really is quite a ways, huh? I don't suppose there's conveniently water over here as well, huh? Alright, so here we are. There is vegetation, which makes me think maybe there's water. And it's standard, which is pretty good. Now, is that water, or is that just random vegetation? Alright, it should be water. It's a river, which, yeah, that's not going to be enough. So we are, somewhat unfortunately, we are going to have to belt this at least a significant portion of the way back. So let's power it on. There are a couple of nodes here. I'm only going to deal with the one for now. Just going to look at this. It's also normal. So yeah, it's a good amount of coal. Should be more than enough for power. But getting it somewhere useful is the problem here. I guess it can run up this river so that if there happens to be a deeper spot that I notice, then I can stop there. But yeah, let's investigate this river. It does look like it widens out a bit up this way. I'm gonna grab some leaves while I'm by the vegetation. So, missing materials, resources not deep enough. Yeah, we are probably going to have to bring it most of the way back, if not all the way back, before we find somewhere where we can put water extractors. Which probably here is, yeah, this is definitely enough. So we need our reinforced plates and rotors again, and we're going to need more iron plates to belt the coal all the way over there. And we're probably going to need a bit more copper sheets as well, just for pipes. Alright, let's grab concrete. Alright, the freighter is returned. That's fine. I'm not going to be worrying about that for a while. So there's the iron plates. Grab some screws, because I may as well. And then we can grab 19 reinforced plates, a respectable amount of rotors, and let's see here. One water extractor is 10 of each. So I'm going to need 30 to get anything. 30 reinforced plates, that is, to get anything at all, and realistically more like 50 to get like 2 coal generators, which would do most of the powering for my base. Also need some cable, which I guess I'll grab. Let's craft some more reinforced iron plates. I'm only going to go up to 30 for now because I want the regular iron plates for belts. So that should be everything I need to get the bare minimum of 1 water extractor, 1 coal generator down. If we can just have a long enough belt to get the coal, if we can just get a long enough belt to get the coal to the water, then we can set this up now. And then of course come back later for more supplies to do a better job and fully automate power. So we're just hopping along. Just hopping along. Gotta get to the other side of the river to bring it back this way. Down, down, down by the river. Baldur's Gate 3 is one song, and it's a good song, but it is also one song. Alright. Well, the good news is we should have enough biomass for the rest of the game. This will not be a problem. We are mere moments away from setting up coal, and I know the power is probably going to crash soon, because that's just my luck. But we have the ability to fix it. And where? I must have passed it. I could have sworn the belt was literally right next to the river. Is this a different river? Or did I just not make it? Oh, I just didn't make it. I thought I had gotten the belt to the river. I had not. This is going to use so many iron plates. There's that. And get a bit further, and we're out of iron plates. Well, back we go. Now we head back to the hub, grab some more iron plates, probably craft some. May as well grab this slug while we're passing through. Grab a cheeky power slug, never hurt anyone.
This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fixed production
Sorry
line
about that.
efficiency. Store this potential resource for later use.
Alright, so let's head back. Hopefully we can grab another good chunk of iron plates and we can get it all set up. So how close is this to failing? Actually doing quite well. Alright, that's good to see at least. Have a decent amount of time. I don't need more cables, I need more iron plates. So that's like 80 iron plates. Is there anywhere I can go? I already have like 100 ingots, so I can craft those up as well. Alright, so let's craft up as many iron plates as we can. Alright, that's that. Now we head back out. I wonder if I have enough copper sheets for this. Water extractor is 20, so I'll have like 40 for various purposes. It's probably fine. I'd like to have more, but 40 pipes for what should be a relatively short thing shouldn't be an issue. Let's get on over. I guess I could like put down the extractor and have the pipes meet the belts halfway. Be a little bit annoying and wasteful, but there's the end of the belt. It's there. We're not that far. I'm not sure whether this amount of iron plates will be enough. I really hope it will be. Alright. This should be enough. It's a bit close, but is that bauxite? That's certainly not helping. Alright, so now we are in the general vicinity. We can plop down a water extractor. There we go.
That may indeed be water. Try submerging your arm. If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities. Or you could just pipe it to a coal-powered generator and see what happens.
Alright, I think I will just pipe it to a coal-powered generator and see what happens. Alright, so we have that in. Of course, things are on the wrong side,
Most
but
pioneers already had coal power set up by this point because they understood their
so
responsibility to
then
humanity.
if I have this facing
Adjusting
this way. Is
Pioneer
there a way of
additive
mirroring
metrics.
building
Reminder,
placements?
coal-powered generators
Seems
require
like there should
coal.
be. Alright.
Fix-it pipelines can contain any fluid, including the water necessary for coal-powered
The
generators.
generator is in
Note,
theory hooked up.
water does not flow upwards by itself. While water extractors provide some lift, to truly defy gravity, consider the use of pipeline pumps.
Right, now I just need to bring a power pole down to the water extractor and the coal generator. Put that like there. And boom. And boom. And once the coal shows up, then we will have power. Now, not enough power to completely get us off of biofuel, but it will be enough power that, like, realistically, it'll stretch our biofuel use a very long ways. And we can just put down another one or two of these and then be fine. How much fuel does this use? It's actually a little bit dicey on terms of... It would be a shame if we ran out of power while the coal was just heading down the belt. Also, I don't know how much coal a single generator uses. I don't remember because it's been a while since I used coal power. Because I was using rocket fuel. I know how much rocket fuel uses. It's 4.1 something per minute per generator, and you have to place down a ridiculous number of them. Alright, so I should go pick up more reinforced plates, rotors, and pipes so that I can get another one set up. Does mean I won't get to be staring at a power pole when the coal reaches it, but it is so much more efficient. I'll grab more concrete while I'm passing by. And there we go. Capacity has spiked, and we no longer need to use quite as much biofuel. So now we need to grab... The stuff is up here, over this dune. Grab 29 of those. Another bunch of these. I should put them in a box or something. Yeah. Nope, missing iron plates. Well, we'll do that later. Where's iron plates are over here. Give me 142 of those. And let's see, the copper pipes are right here. And they should go into a box. Because they are otherwise just like on a random belt, and it's kind of inconvenient to pick them up. Alright, so let's pick up a bunch of you. Alright. Now we can head over. And set down another coal generator. We'll have to see how much power, how much coal the coal generators use. Hopefully it's not a huge amount. Yeah, it's 15 per minute, so we can support 4 coal generators off of this one belt. And as far as water, it's like 45, right? So, not quite as good, but still decent. Still definitely enough to have 2 of these. And splitter. I need to get a splitter to a hotkey. Also, I need to get all of this set up onto foundations. Alright. Give me a pipeline junction. And pump the water down there. And power that on. And coal power is now up to 150. Consumption is around about 150 as well. So one more, which I can't afford at the moment, and will also require a second water generator, will be enough to get us off of biofuel forever. And as it is, we're using almost no biofuel, which is nice. So let's run back up here, grab some more equipment, and it will be fantastic timing if I can finish this off right around 5. Alright, give me another 10 of those. And a storage container for the rotors to go into before I grab a bunch of them. Alright, now how much do I need? So I need another water extractor. So I need 10 of each. And then I need another coal powered generator. So I need another 11. I need another 10 reinforced plates, basically. Everything else I'm doing pretty good on. And I can even craft a bunch with stuff I already have in my inventory. So we'll get up to 30 reinforced plates, and then we can run over and build our next coal generator. Ooh. For some reason, at that particular jump, I thought I had a jetpack. Haven't all the rest of this time, but at that particular jump, I was fully convinced that I was going to fly over the generators with my jetpack, which I do not have. Alright, almost there. Alright, so now we pop down another one of those. And another conveyor splitter. There-ish. None of this is an exact science because we aren't on foundations. Which will probably be like the first thing I do next stream. But this is starting to get coal. Alright, and we power it on, and we are good to go. Our coal power is now above max consumption of all of our machines. So now we can go AFK for a month and come back and everything will still be working. Oh, it feels good. And it also feels good to have the uncanny timing because my streams end at 5 and it is exactly 5 on the dot right now. So make sure to follow if you haven't already. I stream every day from 2 to 5. Tuesdays and Thursdays I play Magic the Gathering. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is Satisfactory. I'll be here tomorrow playing a different game, and if you're not interested in that, I'll be here Wednesday playing this one again. So yeah.